Now News Extra, and today, appropriately enough, brought to you by First State Bank. Here's Kevin Mooney.
That is cool. Brought to you by First State Bank. We're going to talk about the First State Bank Gift of Love today. Becca Tompkins is here, and of course they got this all started back, is it now a couple of weeks ago? A week and a half ago about, right? Yeah, something like
November
that.
7th.
November 7th, yeah. Yeah, by the way, I just want to tell you guys do one of the best business after hours. I'm just saying. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you. We, appreciate everybody coming in and helping to kick off our program, and so we feel like, we need to say thank you for doing that. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. All right. So we got it started on November 7th, and have people been taking names off the tree and so forth, doing a good job of that?
Yes, we've had a tremendous outpouring of the community coming in. We right now have about 230 names that are either checked out or still on the tree. So right now there are quite a few names on the tree. So if you've been kind of waiting for a moment to come in, this week would be good. We get our names from Capwin, and so since it's a third party, we sometimes get a little bit of a lag waiting for them to get the names to us. But like I said, right now we've got lots of names on the tree, so come down and pick one off.
All right, very good. And if you can, maybe pick a name of a child that's a little older, rather than, because those are a lot of times those are the last ones on the tree, right?
Typically they are, just because they, they're asking for more utilitarian items, socks, underwear, jeans, that kind of stuff. It is harder to buy for the older children. They're not, a Lego set will probably do for them. Yeah. But the older kids are in just as need as the younger kids. So if you don't really have a preference, pick one of the older kids. And at the end of the program, all the children, no matter what their age, will end up with a gift under the tree. We make sure that that happens. So you don't have to feel guilty into doing that. But if you really don't have a preference, the older children are the ones that are usually left on the tree. So.
Okay. All right. Very good. And you just bring your gift. You don't wrap it. Just bring it in, and you guys and the folks at the Knights of Columbus and Valley Christian Neighbors in Need, they do all that wrapping, right?
Yes, they do. We do ask that you don't bring the gift wrapped, or just bring it in a Walmart sack or a brown paper sack or something that is just absolutely fine. We label each item that's in the sack to make sure that the items that you bought for that child get to that child, because they have a lot of helpers when they do the wrapping, and so we want to make sure that every item that was purchased for that child gets to that child. So we label them at the bank, and then on the 13th, we will haul them all down to the Knights of Columbus in a horse trailer, and it's an amazing sight to see the horse trailer filled with all the bags. Yeah. It's just it gives me goosebumps to see that every year. And then the week after, the Knights of Columbus go through and they wrap each individual gift and separate it all by family and put all the family members together. And then Valley Christian Neighbors in Need puts together a food basket for the holidays, and then the Sunday before Christmas they go out and they deliver those baskets and all the gifts to the families. So if you are interested in helping to wrap, you can sure go down in the Knights of Columbus Hall the week before or the week after the 14th, so whatever the week of the 16th. And then Valley Christian Neighbors in Need is always looking for volunteers to help go deliver those baskets as well, and you can visit with the Knights of Columbus about that.
All right, very good. We'll tell you about the other parts of the Gift of Love right after this. Okay, cool.
Very fitting.
It is. We are back on News Extra. Becca Tompkins is here to tell us about the First State Bank Gift of Love. We've talked about the Tree of Names that I know a lot of you get involved in, but there's other things that happen as well. We got the big canned good collection that is done by the local schools, right? And they're in the process of doing that right now as well.
Yes, I hope so. Every year we challenge the schools to get with their adopt-a-school partners and put together a constructed display of whatever their choosing is. Made of non-perishable food items and canned foods. And then we go in the week of well, it's not the week of, but it's the 4th through the 13th. And we take pictures of those, and then the National Guard helps us pick up that canned food, and Santa goes around to the classrooms and says Merry Christmas, and we give out a little candy. And then we take those pictures back, and we have people at the bank judge for first, second, and third place in both the elementary and the upper level divisions, and give the booster clubs money based on that judging. So the booster clubs can win up to $200 for that.
Yeah,
so we really, encourage participation from the schools for that. So
yeah, and they all do a good job.
Oh, they do. We get some really creative displays. It's wonderful to see what we see when we walk in. So.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have the Truck of Love. That is coming up this year on December 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the First State Bank parking lot. And that's the idea here is to fill a big transport truck full of new and used toys. Right?
Yes, NTC brings over a truck, and the toys that we collect that day help to round out the Christmas gifts from the Tree of Names. The family members on our Tree of Names are split up, so it's very possible that one child will get one gift and one child will get 6, 7 gifts. So they try and use some of those toys from our NTC truck to help round it out a little bit for each of the children. So we will take gently used toys that day as well as new. So if you don't want to specifically buy for a child, you just want to go to Target or Walmart and buy $50 worth of toys, that's a great day to drop those off, because that will go to help rounding out those Christmases for some of those children. And then we also collect new and gently used coats that day. We bring the Lakota Lutheran Center van down, and we jam pack that full of coats. So and then they go to the center and go out to adults that need coats as well as some children. And then the National Guard also brings down their Hummer, and we put canned food on there as well. So there's 3 more ways that you can help.
Yeah, big ways to do it. You have this Coats for Kids drive. Is that between the November 7th and December 14th in the simply at the bank locations?
Yeah.
And that's kind of another separate thing, is it?
Well, it ties into it.
it.
We feel that coats aren't a want; they are a need. And a few years ago, we noticed that consistently children were looking for coats on their wish lists, and we did not feel like that children should have to ask for a winter coat on their Christmas wish list. So the bank and the Shriners Baltus Fund donates money, and I go and buy a bunch of coats, and we take them to Kaplan, and Kaplan gives out the coats. Sometimes due to sizing and that kind of stuff, children will still have a coat on their wish list because we couldn't fill that need. So we have collection boxes out as well, so at both the Gering and the Scottsbluff branches for new coats to help with that program as well.
All right. So there you are. There's how you can help out with the First State Bank Gift of Love. If you have any questions, just give Becca a call at 632-4158.
Well, thanks for having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming in.